My name is William Gallagher. I'm coming to you today live from the Market Traders Institute here in Orlando, Florida. Today I'm going to be discussing how to trade the Forex market. In fact, actually what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over what I call my Quick Start Forex program. I'm going to show you how to very easily and quickly get up to speed in trading the Forex market. In fact, everything I'm showing you here today is going to be included. What I'm going to be giving you here today is part of a trial. In fact, the trial I'm giving you here today, it's actually going to cost you less than the cost of a pack of gum to get everything that I'm showing you here today. Now, before we begin, because I am about to pull my charts, we are about to go into the actual live market, but before we do, let me explain to everybody that you shouldn't invest money that you can't afford to lose. And you should always trade with proper equity management in mind. I'll be going over that here today with the trading strategy I'm about to show you. Now, it is highly recommended that you go through this entire education and you learn this trading strategy in its entirety, and you become an educated and knowledgeable trader. Now, also please be advised that anything I show you here today, do not take this as actual investment advice. I am going to walk you through several trade examples. I will show you some trades here today, and I'll teach you a trading strategy. But ultimately, when it comes time for you to actually trade live, that decision for you to trade is yours and yours alone. Now, my agenda for today, I'm going to start off. I know a lot of you are brand new to the Forex market. I'm going to take a quick minute, get you up to speed, explain to you what the Forex market is. Then I'm going to teach you what's called the London Daybreak trading strategy. Very simple trading strategy I'll teach you here today. You'll be able to learn it here today. You'll get my Cliff Notes version of how it works. Also, I'm going to show you how to do some manual analysis utilizing our charting software and some of our automated tools. I will show you a current trade opportunity that I'm looking at utilizing those tools. I'll even show you today how to set up a demo trading account. Plus, I'll show you how to get everything I'm showing you here today, the charting, the strategy, all of this, plus some free bonuses as well, like I said, as part of a trial here today. So as Renee mentioned, I have been trading in the investment market since about 1998. I also have worked for several different financial companies and firms. I also did help start, launch, and build an entirely new financial services company from the ground floor up. One of the things I also want to mention is that I'm also a student of Market Traders Institute. So for those of you that are brand new here today, I was once just like you. I was in a webinar just like this. I was asking myself, is this something that I could do? Would I benefit from this education? So even though I did know about the Forex market, I didn't quite understand the potential of the Forex market until actually becoming a student and going through this education. And then what ended up happening is that after going through the education, Market Traders Institute, they started asking me to start doing these webinars to get brand new people up to speed very quickly in the Forex market. So for those of you that may have missed my colleague earlier here today, for those of you who wonder, well, who is Market Traders Institute? We are located in Orlando, Florida, actually celebrating our 23rd anniversary here in about 2 weeks. We're getting some accolades. We've been around for about almost 23 years. We've trained over 30,000 students on how to trade. Some of you might recognize this logo right here. This logo right here in the bottom right-hand corner, Inc. Magazine. In 2015, Market Traders Institute, we were ranked 1,180 on Inc. 5000's list. Now, 2016, we moved up to 592. We're looking to move up to the top 500 here this year as well. Also got the attention of the gentleman you see on your screen right here. Some of you might recognize him. His name is Kevin Harrington. He was one of the original sharks on the TV show Shark Tank. Kevin saw our program here. He became interested. In fact, he's actually has partnered with us in what we call our Trade Like a Shark program. In fact, we're actually having a 23rd anniversary event coming up here in 2 weeks. Kevin's going to be joining us for this event. In fact, we're going to have Kevin Harrington. We're going to have Les Brown, for those of you who know who Les Brown is, Omar Peru, just to name some of the special guests who will be joining us for our 23rd anniversary event here. So now you have a little bit of an idea of who I am. A little bit of an idea of who Market Traders Institute is. What I want to do is before we pull up the charts, I want to get some little bit of information from you. Those of you in the room right now, if you could please quickly look at the screen, give me an idea of what your trading experience is in the Forex market. If you are brand new to the Forex market, you have no experience in this market whatsoever, please type the number 1 into the chat box. That's going to let me know you are brand new, you have no experience at all. If you do have a little bit of experience in this market, maybe you've been trading this market for a little bit, maybe you're even trading a practice or demo account, or even been to a couple of sessions like this, go ahead, type the number 2 into the chat box. It's to let me know you have a little bit of experience. Number 3, if you do have experience, if you are an experienced Forex trader, go ahead, type the number 3 into the chat box. That's to let me know you do some experience in this market here. Okay, great. Yeah, so just as I normally see in these types of webinars, yeah, it looks like we have a bunch of number 1s here. Ronnie says he's a number 1. David's a 1. I got Peyton's a number 1. Emma Bed, hope I'm pronouncing that's a number 1. Joey. Eric says he's a number 2. Brian says he's a number 3. Great. So yeah, it looks like most of you are brand new. No worries. Like I said, before we pull up my charts, I'm just going to take a quick minute here, get everybody up to speed. Thank you for that, Ben, Adam as well. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let me quickly explain to you what we are doing in the Forex market. I'm going to explain to you what we're doing when we're trading Forex currencies. I'm going to explain to you what a pip is and why do you want them. Most importantly, though, I'm going to show you how to get started in the Forex market right now today with a very simple trading strategy. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Forex market, it is the largest financial market. There's over $5 trillion that is daily traded in this market. So there's a ton of potential in this market. Imagine just getting a fraction of that. The other neat thing about the Forex market, unlike the stock market, where there are thousands of stocks you can watch and trade, in the Forex market, there's really only about 60 different currency pairs to trade. The neat thing about is that we're gonna help you focus on just a select few. In fact, I normally watch about 20 currency pairs. I'm going to show you today with the trading strategy I'm about to pull up and show for you, I'm going to show you 6 currency pairs to focus on. So the Forex market allows you to focus as well. So it's a very large market. It's very easy to get in and out of, and it's a very specific market. It's a very you can be more specific. It allows you to focus in this market. So when I pull up my charts here in just a moment, let me explain to you what you're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at a chart just like this one. In the upper left-hand corner of my screen, you're going to see the name of the currency pair. In this case, we're looking at the Great British Pound, US dollar. Now, what we're doing in this market is we are trading one country's currency against another. This is in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value against the other. So in this case here on this chart, as the market's going up, the Great British Pound is gaining in value on the US dollar. As the market's going down, the Great British Pound is losing in value to the US dollar. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with this type of chart, wonder what these rectangles are called Japanese candlesticks. What you're looking at is what is called a candlestick chart. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here today, but these candlesticks, they measure what the market has done in whatever time frame you select on your charts. So when I pull up my charts, if you look in the upper left-hand corner once again, you are going to see that my charts are going to be on a 1 hour time frame. So what that means that each one of these candlesticks is going to represent what the market has done in 1 hour time frame. Now, I'm not going into a lot of detail about this here today. All you really need to know is that the white candlesticks mean that the market, during that 1 hour time frame, they went up and closed up. They're also what's called a bullish candlestick. The dark blue candlesticks mean that the market went down during that 1 hour time frame. They're also called a bearish candlestick. So all you really need to know if you're taking notes, white means the market's going up, dark blue means the market's going down. Now, I'm also going to show you how to manually analyze this market. Another thing that we teach our students in this market is how to identify what are called candlestick formations. We look at these candlestick formations kind of like sign language of the market. They help to tell the trader a story. This candlestick in the bottom left-hand corner is called a Morningstar candlestick formation. This is saying, hey, Chris, Peyton, David, look for this market to U-turn and go upward in a bullish movement. At the top of my screen, this is called an evening star candlestick formation. Once again, this is saying, hey, Evan, Brian, Alex, look for this market to U-turn and go downward in a bearish movement. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail explaining this here today, but I'll show you how our charts can actually identify these candlestick formations for you here. And as a student, we will teach you and show you how to do these as well. Now, when we go into the market, we're going to be looking to capture what are called pips. Now, PIP is an acronym. It stands for price interest point. Let me quickly break this down very simply for everybody here in the room. I'm sure most, if not all of you here in the room right now, you probably already know that there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, and that a penny, it represents 1/100th of a US dollar. Now, if we were looking for a unit of measure that is smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to what is called a pip. Now, just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, there are 100 pips in a penny. So a pip, it represents 1/100th of a penny. If we were to look at this number right here, the first two numbers past the decimal point, these are your cents, these are your pennies. The next two numbers, these are your pips. So very simple, very easy. A pip, it represents 1/100th of a penny. Now, to get an idea of how much these pips are going to be worth, in the Forex market, we utilize leverage. This leverage is going to give you more buying power because this leverage is going to be provided by your broker. It's going to allow you to place your trades and generate a leveraged return on the pip. So I'm going to go very quickly here. In the Forex market, we trade in lot sizes. There are 3 major lot sizes. You might want to write these down. We have what's called a micro lot. A micro lot is a $20 investment from your trading account. With each pip that you capture, they're going to be worth 10 cents. With the trading strategy I'm going to show you here today, we're going to be going after 50 pips per currency pair per day. So that means you'll be generating about a $5 profit per currency pair per day. The next step up is what's called a mini lot. A mini lot is about a $200 investment from your trading account. Your broker is going to borrow this investment size. It's going to allow you to place the trade and to generate that leveraged return. With a mini lot, each pip now is going to be worth $1. So your 50 pips are now going to be worth about $50. Now, a standard lot. A standard lot is the standard by which most traders are trying to achieve in this market. A standard lot is about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. Each pip is now going to be worth about $10. So those same 50 pips are now going to be worth $500. Now, I already know there's probably some of you in the room say, well, William, I can't put out $2,000 per trade. Don't worry. In fact, some of you might be saying, well, you know what? I might not be able to invest $200 per trade. Here's the neat thing about the Forex market. You can start off trading with a micro lot, become comfortable, build your confidence up, build your account level up to the point where you start trading at a mini lot level. Then as your confidence level improves, as your account level builds, then you get to the point where you start trading at a standard lot. Now, I'm actually going to show you today how you can actually set up a demo trading account where you don't even have to invest any money to actually practice live trading in this market. I'll get to that here in just a second. So what I want to do right now is let's go to the charts. I want to thank everybody that's been interacting. Thank those of you that are been paying attention. What I want to do right now is I want to teach you what is called the London Daybreak trading strategy. Now, the London Daybreak trading strategy, it was created by one of our head analysts here. His name is Joshua Martinez. A little bit about his background. He's one of our product experts here. He has trained thousands of Forex investors. In fact, he even trained me. He turned an initial deposit investment of $500 in his trading account, and he generated over $40,000 in profit off of that. Now, he is a published author, international speaker, and is a full-time trader. Now, I do need to update this. This is a third-party verified track record here from MyFX Books. Actually, here it's saying here that he was up 32% at the end of last year, saying that he was up about 36, almost 37,000 pips for 2016. I believe he finished out 2016, he actually captured over 38,000 pips. I think he's actually over 40,000 pips now coming here into 2017. I'll see if I can get this updated here very soon. But yeah, Josh has been very successful utilizing trading strategies like what I'm about to show you. Now, I'm gonna pull my charts right now. And you're going to want to take some notes as you're going along. But the neat thing about the trial that I'm going to give you here today, you are actually going to get a training video from Joshua. I'm going to kind of give you a Cliff Notes version of this. Unfortunately, in 45 minutes, I don't have a lot of time to teach you all the details, so I'm going to give you the basics here. But you will get a video from Josh, who created this trading strategy. It's going to be included as part of this, and he'll fill in all the other details for you. So without any further delay, here, let's jump into the charts. When I pull my charts up, as part of this trading strategy, like I said, we're going to focus on 6 currency pairs. We're going to focus on the Great British Pound, Canadian dollar, the Great British Pound, US dollar, the Great British Pound, Japanese yen, the Great British Pound, Swiss franc, the Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar, the Great British Pound, Australian dollar. And as I mentioned, we're going to be going after 50 pips per currency pair per day. Now, this is what I consider first base. Josh will teach you and show you how to go after more than this, but I'm just going to show you how to get on first base and go after 50 pips per currency pair per day. So what I'm going to do right now is let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up my charts, And if everybody could just be so kind, when you see the charts on your screen, type in me, type in Y, just give me some sort of indication that you do in fact see the charts. I want to make sure everybody has the charts pulled up before we actually get started on trading here. So great, thank you for that, Charles, William, Kevin, great. Now I do appreciate the interaction here. So let me know people are paying attention. Letting me know that everybody is on the same page here. So let's go ahead, let's get started. In front of you, you're going to see the six currency pairs that we discussed. In the upper left-hand corner, this is the Great British Pound, Australian dollar. The upper middle is the Great British Pound, Canadian dollar. The Great British Pound, Swiss franc in the upper right. The Great British Pound, Japanese yen down here in the bottom left. Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar here, and the Great British Pound, US dollar. Now, what you're looking at here, this is our ultimate charting software. As part of the trial here that I'm going to give you here today, you're actually going to get this charting software to take it for a test drive. Some of the neat things about this charting software is it's very easy to use. There's a lot of neat built-in proprietary systems and designs that are built into this charting software here. One of the first things you're going to notice is at the top of my screen, you're going to see these rectangles. These rectangles are called workspaces. The neat thing about our charting software is that you can actually create workspaces for your trading. I have a workspace for the London Daybreak trading strategy. You can save these workspaces, you can save them to your computer, or you can save them to the cloud. So the neat thing about that is that if you're like me, I'm working in a different office here today, I can actually pull these charts up on my computer no matter where I'm at, as long as I have my charting software pulled up. And you're actually going to get some workspaces as part of the trial here today. Joshua, in some of the training videos, he's going to show you how to download those here today. So I'll come in here, I'm going to explain a lot of the charting here. In fact, I'm going to show you some of the built-in features here, some of the automated trading tools when I do my manual analysis. But what I always want to start by showing everybody a very easy trading strategy. Once again, it's called the London Daybreak trading strategy. So let's go ahead, let's jump in right now. And let me quickly explain to you what we're going to be doing as part of this trading strategy. So Laura was just asking, should I be taking notes? Yeah, once again, I'm showing you the Cliff Notes version of this. I don't have a lot of time to go into details. You can take some notes, but Josh will go back over all this for you as part of the training video you're going to get. So I'm gonna quickly come in here, and what I want to do is I'll explain to everybody what happens in the Forex market. Now, in the Forex market, it's a very flexible market. The neat thing about this market is that there are three major trading sessions that go on in this market. You have the Asian trading session, you have the London session, and you have the US session. These trading sessions, they overlap. So what that means is that you can literally trade this market from 5:00 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday through 5:00 p.m. on Friday Eastern time. So you can literally trade this market around the clock, 24 hours a day. Now, here's what we're going to do as part of this trading strategy. The first step is we're going to come in here and we're going to be looking for our initial high. Whoops, sorry about that. Give me 1 second here. We're going to look for our initial high or low for the day. We're going to look for this between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern time and 5:00 a.m. Eastern time. So what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for the market to either pull back and form its low for the day and then rally up, or we're going to look for this market to rally up, form its high for the day, and to pull back. So the reason for this is because during this time, you have the close of the Asian session and you have the beginning of the London session. It's going to create this directional movement, either rallying up or pulling back and going bearish on us here. So yeah, you might want to take a quick note on that. Now we're going to be looking for our opposite high or low for the day. We're going to be looking for this between 8:00 a.m. Eastern time and 2:00 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be looking for this. The reason for this happens is because you have the close of the US session and you have the opening of the, you have the close of the London session, you have the opening of the US session. So what we're looking for is this directional movement here. We're looking for this directional movement either going up or going down. We're going to be looking for entry off that initial high or low, and we're going to be looking for the opposite high or low between 8 and 2 o'clock. Now what we have found is that each one of these currency pairs, they have an average daily trading range, meaning that we're looking for each one of these currency pairs to move a minimum 50 pips per currency pair per day to over 200 pips per currency pair per day. So we're going to use this trading strategy. Oops, sorry about that. Let me fix that. So we need to look to capture this directional movement. And I'm going to show you a trading strategy right now that's going to help us go after 50 pips. We call this kind of like first base here. Josh will, in his videos, he'll show you how to go after more than that here. So if everybody wants to go ahead, take a quick screenshot of this or write this down. This is what we're going to be using for the London Daybreak trading strategy. So let's go ahead. And once again, I'm kind of just giving you an overview of this. Josh will actually teach you this in much greater detail. So let's go ahead, let's pull down here. In fact, actually, yeah, Ben just asked what this is. Once again, Ben, this is called the London Daybreak strategy. There we go. So everybody can write that down. So if you remember, we're looking for the initial high or low for the day between 2 o'clock a.m. and 5 o'clock. So I've come in here, I've gone back over the last week or so, and if you click on this candlestick right here, this is actually, in fact, actually we go one more than that. You see there's 2 o'clock a.m. on March 27th, and look at that directional movement coming up. In fact, if we look at that directional movement, that's about 98 pips. Now this tool that I'm using right here, I'm gonna use this throughout the webinar. This is our ruler tool. If I click on that top of that candlestick and I measure this here, you look in the upper left-hand corner, it's gonna measure the amount of pips for me there. So there's 84 pips of movement off that 2 o'clock candle. Now I've come in here, look at the directional movement off of that one right there. 372 pips off of that one. Off this one right here, 89 pips. This one right here is from March 30th, 103 pips of movement. Off of this candlestick right here on the 31st, 239 pips of movement. We come over here, 94 pips, and off of this one right here. This one was off of 2 days ago. This is the beginning of the week here, April 4th, and you can see right there 66 pips of movement right there. So we're going after a minimum of 50 pips here. Now, some of you might be saying, well, William, why does this happen? Why is this directional movement? This is because it's been said that during the European market, the banks are processing the largest bulk of the Forex transactions. So what happens during this time, the banks are processing those orders. This provides a huge injection of volume, and it provides this directional movement. So this will give us the ability to take advantage of the directional movement with the trading strategy I'm about to show you. So what we're going to do, and this is one more little piece you're going to need to know, the London Daybreak trading strategy, we are going to base this off of the close of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern time candle. So I'm going to bring this over here. So it's still on our screen, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this forward here. I'm going to move this forward to yesterday morning. This candlestick right there, does everybody see? This is the April 5th, 3 o'clock a.m. candle on the Great British Pound Australian dollar. And this is on a 1 hour time frame. So let's go ahead. We're going to start off at the close of that 3 a.m. candle. I'm going to zoom in here nice and tight because we're about to begin the trading strategy right now. Now, Raymond just asked a good question here. And Raymond's question, it makes a lot of sense. So Raymond is saying, so what you're saying is that we start at the close, I'm sorry, at 4 o'clock a.m. Absolutely. This is the close of the 3 a.m. candle. So yeah, it's a 1 hour time frame. So you're literally going to be starting at 4 o'clock a.m. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to teach you the trading strategy. In Josh's video, he's going to show you how in the market before this 3 o'clock and before 4 o'clock happens, we're going to be looking to say, hey, you know what, maybe we might not want to take this trade. He's going to show you different factors that might influence whether you want to take this trade or not. So I'm actually going to show you the trading strategy. He will teach you this in much greater detail. So I'm going to zoom in right now. I'm going to make this nice and big here. There's our 3 o'clock candle right there. So to start this trading strategy off, we need to do two things. We need to put in 2 pending orders. We have 1 pending order that's going to go 10 pips above the high of this candle here. This is going to be our entry buy. So you can see this is 0.6421. I'm going to set this at 0.6431 right there. I'm going to type this out for everybody. This is going to be our entry buy. Entry buy. Now this is a pending order. We're not in the market until we actually get triggered here. So that's going to be plus 10 pips above the high. Just like that here. Now, yeah, Alex just asked a good question here. Alex just said, so we're talking about the candlestick wick. Yeah, so this is the body of the candle. The candlestick wick part right there, that is the actual high point right there. So 10 pips above the high is our entry buy. It's a pending order. We're not in the market till we actually get triggered. Now, we also are going to have an entry sell position that's going to go 5 pips below the low. So that's 0.6397. We'll set this at 0.6392. This is our entry sell. Our entry sell is going to be minus 5 pips below the low. Once again, the low is the candlestick wick here. Now, the reason we're doing this is going to help us determine which direction we believe that directional movement is going to go. In fact, actually, there are 3 questions as a knowledgeable trader that we want to answer before we actually get into a trade. Number 1, we need to determine an educated opinion as to which direction the market is going. This is going to help us answer question number 1. Number 2, we need to know where and why to get into the market. This is going to help us answer that question as well. And I'm going to show you where and why to get out with a very simple trading strategy. I'll show you with this very simple strategy I'm showing you. Then I'll come in and show you how we manually analyze the market. Oops. Let's fix that there. Which direction is the market going? So this is going to help us answer question number 1. These are 2 pending orders. We're not in the market until one of them gets triggered. If the market triggers our entry buy, we believe the market's going to be going bullish. If the market triggers our entry sell, we believe the market's going to be going bearish. So we have our 2 pending orders. Let's see what's going to happen here. 1 hour later, within the next hour, bam, our entry buy just got triggered. So what that means is that because we set this in our broker's platform, our entry buy just became a market buy, meaning that we now have that educated opinion that we believe the market is going bullish, so we are buying the market. So we now have determined which direction is the market going and where and why to get in. We are now in that trade buying the market bullish. The first order of business when we get triggered into a trade is we need to cancel the opposite order because we're not looking to sell the market, we are looking to buy it here. So we cancel that opposite order. Now, before we move forward, we need to protect ourselves. Like I said, we need to utilize proper equity management. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to set a stop loss right there at the low of that 3 a.m. candle right there. Now, our stop loss, and it's a little bit different when we're selling the market. What stop loss when buying into the market, like what we're doing now, is going to go at the low of that 3 a.m. candle. It's a little bit different when selling. I'll show you that as well. I'll type this out right there. So we have our entry, we have our stop loss set. Now, the reason we set the stop loss is because if the market were to go against us, we would be risking 35 pips on this trade. So the most we're risking on this trade right now is 35 pips. Now, next order of business is we need to determine where we're going to get out of the market. So here's what we're going to do. There's 2 different ways of exiting the market. And what's called setting our, this is our target, which is also our limit, which is also, what is it, a target, our limit, and what else is it called? Now, it's our target and our limit. Our exit, I'm sorry, it's our exit as well from this trade. Now, our target, our limit, or exit, it's going to be one of 2 different things. It's either going to be a 1-to-1 risk ratio or a minimum of plus 50 pips. Now, if you remember, we are risking, oops, sorry about that. We are risking, oops, hold on 1 second. We are risking 30, hold on. There we go. So we are risking 35 pips on this trade. So that means we're going to be going after a minimum of 50. So we come up here right about there, bam. So 1.6482 is going to be our exit right there. So on this trade here, we had our entry, our stop loss, and our target. Now, as you can see what happened here, in that first hour, not only did we get in, but we also got out of that trade within 1 hour. So within 1 hour, we're already out of that trade, just like that. We just captured 50 pips on that trade. Now, those 50 pips, those you wonder, well, how much are those 50 pips? That was in 1 hour. If you were trading a mini lot, those 50 pips would have been worth about $50 in profit within 1 hour. If you were trading a standard lot, you just generate about $500 in profit off of that trade right there. Now, how many of you be okay with that? How many of you be okay trading that with 1 hour? Very simple trading strategy. You don't have to do a lot of analysis. I'll teach you some analysis here, but very simple, just doing it just like that right there. So yeah, a lot of you are typing in yes and definitely yes. So very simple trading strategy. So that was on, what, that was on Tuesday. On Tuesdays, or actually that was yesterday. This was what, the 5th? Yep, that was yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, I just showed you that trade. So you're up $50. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna delete all this here. Don't have a lot of time. Let's go ahead, let's move on now to the next trade opportunity. And we're gonna just quickly bring this forward, just like that here. Oops, there we go. Now, I've already got these marked off here, so we don't have to waste a lot of time doing this. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's quickly bring this forward to the next 3 a.m. candle. So this is actually from this morning. How'd you learn this trading strategy? Here's what you have done here. Here is this morning, 3 o'clock a.m. on the pound Australian. I see what Milan says here. Milan, if I get a chance here, I'll pull it up and we'll see. I'll actually pull up that trade. We'll take a look at that as well. So here we go. Here's our next 3 o'clock a.m. candle. We're going to do the exact same thing as what we just did on the previous trade. So if you remember here, we're going to set 2 pending orders. One pending order is going to go 10 pips above this high. So that's 0.6556. So let's set that at 65.66 right there. And I'll type this out. Once again, I'm kind of going pretty quickly here, but you know what? You're going to get a video from Josh that's going to go over this in much greater detail. So that's our entry buy. Our entry buy is going to be plus 10 pips above the high, just like that. So we have our entry buy, and we're going to have our entry sell 5 pips below the low. So 65.36. So we're going to set this at 65.31. There's our entry sell. Not doing anything different than what we did on the previous trade. That's going to be minus 5 pips below the low. So here we go. So we have our entry buy, entry sell. 2 pending orders. We're not in the market till we get triggered. Let's see what happens here. 1 hour later, bam, we just got triggered. Our entry sell just became a market sell. That answers, remember, question number 1. Which direction is the market going? Well, we now, based on this very simple trading strategy, we believe that directional movement is now going to go bearish. So what we're going to do now is we are going to sell the market here. Now, I know there's probably already some of you probably say, well, William, how do you make money in this market selling the market? It's called shorting the market. We can teach you and show you how to do this. In fact, probably about 60 to 70% of my trades are actually shorting the market. I assure you, we can teach you and show you how to do this here. So we're now in the market, shorting the market or selling the market. Next order of business to come in here and to cancel that opposite order, because we're not looking to buy the market, we're looking to sell the market. So we've answered question number 1, which direction is the market going? Number 2, where and why to get in. Once again, we have to come in here now. The next step is to come in here and set our stop loss. It's a little bit different when selling the market. Our stop loss is actually going to go 5 pips above the high. So that's 0.6556. We're going to set that at 65.61. Now I'll type that out. Stop loss when selling the market. It's going to be plus 5 pips above the high. Now I know some of you might be saying, well, William, why the difference here? Why 10 pips above? Why 5 pips below? Why 5 pips above when for the stop loss? Why at the low? Josh, I believe he explains all that in his video here. But so we now have our entry and our stop loss set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my ruler tool here, my measuring tool. On this trade, we are risking about 30 pips. If you remember, the minimum is 50 here. So we're going to go after that minimum of 50. So that's going to be, our target's going to be 1.6481. Not doing anything different than what we did before. 1.6481. Let me just remeasure that to make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, 50 pips on that one. So we have our entry, we have our protection, we have our target. In fact, let me type that out for everybody once again. Our target, which is our exit, which is our limit to get out of that trade, is going to be either a 1-to-1 risk ratio, or 2, a minimum of plus 50 pips. And once again, Josh will go into much greater detail about all this as well. So we have our entry, we have our stop loss set, we have our limit here. Let's see what ends up happening on this trade here. So 1 hour, 2 hours later, the market does in fact come down, hits our target. 2 hours later, we just captured another 50 pips off of that trade. So that's 50 pips in 2 hours. Not too bad. Once again, if you're trading a mini lot, with a mini lot, that was what, $50 in profit in 2 hours. With a standard lot, that would have been around $500 in profit off of that one here. Now Shane just asked a good question here. Shane says here, so you're saying you have to be up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, Shane, let me ask you this. We just did 2 trades here this week, just on that one currency pair. Let me clean this up here. Off of 2 trades, we just captured, what, 100 pips? $50 in profit, or actually about $100 in profit off the 2 with a mini lot. $500, actually $1,000 in profit off the 2 with a standard lot. So would it be worth it to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock to learn how to do this here? Now, for those of you that might be over in London, this is going to be during the day for you, not too bad. Those of you on our side here, yeah. So there you go. That's the London Daybreak trading strategy. And what we do is we'd be looking down to do this here tomorrow as well. There's more trade opportunity this week here, and you can do this now on each one of these 6 currency pairs. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull each one of these up. Once again, the pound Canadian, pound US, pound Japanese yen, pound Swiss franc, pound New Zealand, pound Australian. We're going after a minimum of 50 pips per currency pair per day. I believe Josh in his video, in fact, let me go ahead and let me pull that up here. Let me show this to everybody here. You will get a video from Josh, this London Daybreak trading strategy video, where he actually goes into greater detail about this. The creator of the trading strategy, he'll go into this here. In fact, let me pull this up here. I'll show you how, see like this right here. He'll go in, oops, sorry about that. He'll come in and show you to go after more. Now, actually, the other neat thing about this is he'll even show you on some days, it might be a no trading day. So for those of you like Milan just said, well, hey, on the pound US, it didn't work out. Well, you know what? We might be able to teach you and show you how to avoid the trades that don't work out. But think about this. You're going to have, with this trading strategy, 5 opportunities off each currency pair per day. That's going to give you 5 per week, 30 trading opportunities each and every week. So the question you have to ask yourself is, do you think you might be able to get a couple of these each and every week? We're going to give you 30 opportunities. We're going to teach you, show you, hey, these are the ones you might want to take and these ones you might want to avoid. And you're going to get that video from Josh going over all of this as well. So I've gone in here, I've taught you a very simple trading strategy here, showing you, hey, here's a very easy, simple trading strategy to get in and out of the market very quickly. Now, you're going to get the charting software I showed you as part of the trial. Now, I'm going to come in right now. I showed you a very simple trading strategy as part of my quick step Forex chart program here to get in and out of the market very quickly. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come in, I'm going to demonstrate for you some of the manual trading strategy aspects here, some of the manual tools, but also some of the automated tools. We have an automated Fibonacci tool. I'm going to show you that here. We have an automated trendline tool, automated King's Crown tool, candlestick tools. Our charting software can even teach you and show you, or we even show you how to have it send you email alerts and text alerts right from the charts. We can show you how to trade directly from the charts. Those workspaces I showed you there, cloud-based. We can show you how to do demo trading and auto trading right from the charts. And you're going to get a 14-day trial of all of this here today. So what I'm going to do is let's go back into the charts. Now I'm going to pull up a current trade opportunity that I'm looking at here. I'm looking at a current trade opportunity on the Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. This is on a 1 hour time frame. Now, some of you might be saying, well, William, why am I looking at this as being a current opportunity? Let me explain to you. Remember, there's 3 questions we need to answer. Number 1, which direction is the market going? I'm going to show you how to manually determine that right now. Number 2, where and why to get into the market. And then number 3, where and why to get out of the market. So let me quickly show you here using our charting software, which you're going to get in your hands today. Once again, it's going to cost you less than the cost of a pack of gum to take all this for a test drive here today. So let me show you how to answer question number 1. Which direction is the market going? Well, to answer that question, I can draw what's called a trend line. Now, I think my trend line is going to go just like this here. Now, on this trend line, this is going to help to take some of the fear out of the market, to help us determine which direction is the market going. Above this trend line, we are in the buy zone. Below the trend line, we are in the sell zone, meaning that as the market's going down, we're going to be selling the market. Then when the market breaks above my trend line, I'm now buying this market. Now, I just quickly drew a trend line here, and obviously it looks like I didn't draw it right. It looks like it probably should have gone probably something just like that. Now, the neat thing about our charting software is if I do make a mistake like that, the neat thing about this is that we have an automated trend line tool. It's called our smart trend line tool. Watch this. I can simply come in here to the top of that trend and bam, it's going to quickly and accurately and automatically draw my trend line for me. So as you can see here, we're in the buy zone. It's giving me that educated opinion where I'm now looking for buying opportunities. So that answers question number 1. I'm now looking to buy into the market. Now, let's delete all this. Quickly delete all this. I'm going to show you now how to answer questions number 2 and 3. Where and why to get in, and where and why to get out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this. Let's just move this right down here. And what we're going to do to utilize this here, to answer that question, we are going to use what's called the Fibonacci tool. Let me explain to you how Fibonacci's work. In this market, we have found that the market tends to move in waves. As it's going up, it's going to move in waves. When it's going down, it's moving in waves. We have found that the market tends to move in what's called an A, B, C, D pattern when it's going up and when it's going down. A, B, C, D. Now, when we've determined this A to be boundary, I'm going to come back into my charts. I'm going to show you how to quickly determine that A to be boundary. We can come in here and we can utilize what's called our Fibonacci tool. Now, I'm spreading that Fibonacci tool from the A to the B just like that. Now, when I do this, in between this A and B boundary, you're going to see these colored lines. These colored lines are called retracement lines. What we're looking for is what we have found is that in between this A and B boundary is that there is a high probability that the market's going to pull back or retrace. What we're going to look for is this C point. I'm going to show you here in a minute how to predict this C point. Now, if we buy this C point U-turn, if we buy into the market after this C point U-turn, because the market has pulled back to one of the red retracement lines. Now, these retracement lines, these are hidden levels of support. It's automatically generated by the tool. If it comes and pulls back to one of the red retracement lines and we buy into the market after that U-turn, what this is telling me, like a buddy system, to hold my trade and exit at the red line up here. These lines up here are called extension lines. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the market to pull back and retrace in between the A and B boundary, and then we're going to look for it to extend up to one of these extension lines. These extension lines are hidden levels of resistance here. So if the market pulls back to a red retracement level and we buy into the market, we're going to exit at the red extension, like a buddy system, red to red. If the market pulls back and forms that U-turn at the blue retracement level and we buy into the market after that U-turn, we're going to hold our position until we get to the blue extension, like a buddy system, blue to blue. Most of you can probably already guess. If the market pulls back to my green retracement level and we find an opportunity to buy into the market after that U-turn, we're going to look to exit our position at the green extension, like a buddy system, green to green. So what the Fibonacci tool is going to do, it's going to help us to predict where the market is going based on where it's been, based on these hidden levels of support and resistance. So this is going to happen when the market's going up and when the market is going down. A, B, C, D, just like that. A, B, C, D. So I'm gonna come back into my market now. Let's clean all this up. And I'm gonna show you here. So here's what we're gonna look for. We're gonna look for that A to B boundary here. Now, just simply eyeballing this here, it looks like this might be our first A to B boundary. So it looks like we would have went A, B, C, and then D right there. Now, the neat thing about this, I'm gonna zoom in on this trade. Let me zoom in on this. There's our A, B. The market pulls back right here to a red retracement level, so we would look to have exit our position right there, red to red. And then what ends up happening now is it brings us to the current live market right here. Here's the current live market, and we can come in here and spread our Fibonacci tool just like that. A, B, C, and D. Now, the neat thing about this is that I just showed you here. You know, some of you are saying, well, hey, my Fibonacci's are, why are your Fibonacci's different colors? This is exclusive to Market Traders Institute. We have a Fibonacci tool that'll help you by helping you match the colors, like easy, buddy system, red to red, blue to blue, and green to green. As I also mentioned, we also have smart tools. We have what's called our smart Fibonacci tool that's built into the charts. Let me show you that. You don't even have to determine that A to B boundary. We'll teach you and show you how to determine it, but all we need to do is simply come in here to the beginning of that new trend, just like we did on our trend line tool, and we can click on the Smart Fibonacci tool right there, bam. And you see that? Quickly and accurately, it draws my fibs. It quickly drew me that first A, B, C, D, and that brings us to the current live market right there, A, B. Now, can everybody see what happened here? The market has pulled back right here to my blue retracement level. So if we find a buying opportunity, and let me show you how we can find a buying opportunity. We're gonna look for one of those candlestick formations. We have a tool built into our charting here that can select those candlestick formations here. So here's the thing. This right here, does everybody see this green candlestick? Right there. This green candlestick right here is called an engulfing bullish candlestick, sign language of the market. This would have said, hey Eric, hey Brandon, hey Peyton, we're looking for that market to U-turn right here. So we could have looked for this as a buying opportunity. Now, if we bought into the market at the close of that candlestick as a buying opportunity, you can see here the market did in fact rally up about 65 pips. Now, it has pulled back. You can see here it has pulled back. So some of you might be saying, well, William, why are you looking at this as being another trade opportunity? The market's moving in waves. I am now looking for the market to pull back and give me another one of those candlestick formations. You see how it came up and gave me a red one? It went bearish. I'm now looking for another one of those green candlestick formations to let me know to buy into the market. So when I look to buy into the market, because it pulled back to my blue retracement level, I'm gonna look to exit my trade right there at the blue extension, like a buddy system, blue to blue. So let's just say that the market pulls back, gives me an entry, say it gives me an entry right about there, and I buy into the market. Let's say I buy into the market after this U-turn, maybe right around here. I'm looking at a potential of 115 pips of opportunity on this trade. So that's the neat thing about this, my friends. If I were to quickly pull up my charts to find a trade opportunity, watch this. Let me show how quickly it is when you get this in your hands here today. Here's all you need to do. Get this in your hands, come to the top of the trend or the bottom of the trend, draw your smart trend line. Determine which direction is the market going. So watch this. I can quickly come in here. I'm in the buy zone. I can come in here with my smart Fibonacci tool, just like that. Here's my current A to B, and then I can turn my candlesticks on, and I can look for my next buying opportunity. Now, let's just say that we would be looking for what's called a counter trend line break here before we look to buy into this market. As I mentioned before, we can have the charts. If I want to, it can send me an alert. The charts here can send me an email or it can send me a text alert saying, hey, William, the market has broken above your trend line here. It has broken above. Now, let's just say that I wanted to buy into the market right now. I can simply come in here and buy. We can teach you and show you how to set your charting up here, and I can come in here and set my charts up to actually trade live from the charts. I actually play a same market buy just like that here. So I'm about to run out of time. I've gone almost out of time, my friends here, but the neat thing about all this is that all of this is included as part of the 14-day trial you're going to get. You're going to get the charting software I just showed you here to take for a test drive for 14 days. You're going to get that London Daybreak trading strategy as well. You're going to get those auto fib tools. You're going to get all of this as part of it here today, as part of investor inspiration here. Now, the neat thing about all this is that normally you would have to be a student of Market Traders Institute to get this in your hands. You may have seen my partner earlier, one of my colleagues earlier, Joe Cavallaro. He demonstrated our ultimate charting software. That is an $8,000 trading program. You don't have to be a student to get this in your hands here today. Normally, this would cost you $249 a month as part of the subscription. Here's what we're going to do. I told you we're going to make this affordable. It's going to cost you less than the cost of a pack of gum for today. As part of investor inspiration, it's only for this webinar. It's only for right now. We're going to give you a 14-day trial for $1. You're going to get all of this for $1 today. You're going to get the charting, the training on that London Daybreak trading strategy. I'll go over all of it here today. Now, the neat thing about this is that for those of you that choose to go beyond those 14 days, you're not going to be paying $249 a month. We will lock you in for only $59 a month. But what I want you to do is I want you to focus on the 14 days. Focus on the 14 days. Get this in your hands here today. Determine, do you want to be a Forex trader? Is this something that you find interest in? If you find interest in this, if you can see the value in learning what I just showed you here today, I'm sending a link right now to everybody into the chat box. If you look in the chat box right now, I sent a link out. Click on that link. I'm going to show you how to register for this here today. So here's what you need to do to get started as part of this Quick Start Forex trading program. It's only for this webinar, and it's going to end as soon as this webinar ends. I only have about another 10 minutes here. Here's what you need to do to get started. Click on that link. Register for the 14-day trial. It's only part of this webinar here today. As part of this trial, you're going to get video training lessons for both the charting and the London breakout. Now, what do I mean by that? The first step, click on the link. Click right here, activate your 14-day trial. Enter your information here, enter your billing information, activate it. You're probably going to get 2 emails. You're going to get one email that's going to say you are registered. You're going to get another email letting you with your login information. Now, when you get your login information, you're going to log into the same backend portal that I'm showing you right here. This is where you're going to get access to your video lessons, your training lessons. You can see here Joshua Martinez, the creator of the London Daybreak. He's going to walk you through onboarding lessons here. He's going to show you how to set up a demo account, how to get in and out of the market and close out. He's going to show you how to get his 3 free workspaces. We're going to teach you in greater detail how to do Fibonacci's. That's just the first 5 lessons. Then you're going to show you how to use some of the more advanced settings in the charting, how to navigate through and set up some global settings, navigating the toolbars, creating custom indicators. I didn't even get a chance to show you how to create your own custom indicators or even how to set up your own templates. You'll get video lessons on that. That Auto Fibonacci tool, we're going to teach you and show you how to use it in much greater detail, and we're going to teach you some tips on how to use it here. You're also going to show you how to link the charting software to your broker and how to create a trading workspace. Now, I also told everybody here, I'll show you how to set up a demo account. Stick with me. I'll show you how to set up a demo account. We'll show you how to back up all your work, how to deploy systems and auto trading systems. We'll teach you and show you how to auto trade, download the trading stations here, and navigating as well. As I already showed you here, you're also going to get that London Daybreak trading strategy video from Josh. And for those of you that register today, there is also going to be a live session tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30 Eastern time. For those of you that are part of this trial, you'll get the charting software. You'll get to go through all these video lessons here right now, tonight. Tomorrow at 10:30, you will be in a live webinar, just like you are here with me right now, either myself or one of my colleagues. We're actually going to you'll get to log in and you'll go through the lessons here. If you have any questions, I suggest if you have any questions between now and tomorrow morning, write them down. You'll be in a live session with a live analyst. They'll walk you through and show you how to do all this here. So here's the steps, my friends. I just sent out the link to everybody here in the room. In fact, actually, Dawn just said, where's the link? In fact, those of you that, if you're having trouble with the link, like Dawn is, I'm going to send it out privately right now. I'm going to send this out to everybody here in the room. So give me 1 second here, Dawn. There we go. So now everybody should have that link in either the questions box. I'm going to send that out to everybody again right now. Through the questions box. I'm going to send it out through the chat box. Step number one, click on that link, register for the trial. Yeah, yes, some of you asked some good questions here. Ben's saying, so what you're saying is you don't have to be a student. Yeah, you don't have to be a student of Market Traders Institute. This is the special we got going on right now with Investor Inspiration. It's only going to be for the next 5 minutes because we're about to end this webinar. Click on that link, register for the charting software. You're going to get 2 emails, one letting you know that you were registered for it, and also your login information. Now, when you get your login in email, you're going to log into that backend portal, start going through those video trading lessons for the charting for the London Daybreak. You can actually start doing that right now. Now, I'm also going to show you here how you can set up your trading account. You can either set up a live trading account or a demo account. You can go to forex.com, Oanda, do a Google search for a demo Forex trading account. There should be free demo trading accounts. My broker is forex.com. I'm not recommending them, but you can go to forex.com, Oanda. You can sign up for a demo account where you can actually practice trading in the Forex market using play money. They're live trades, they're just not using real money. So you can literally start practicing trading the Forex market right now, today. Try out the charting software for 14 days. Get this in your hands, try it out for the next 14 days, decide if this is for you, and get into that live training class tomorrow morning at 10:30 here. So we're giving you, this is only exclusive for this webinar today, for 14 days, a $1 trial. If you have any questions, if you decide this isn't for you, give us a phone call, send us an email. In fact, I'll show you how easy it is to go ahead and cancel this, and you've risked nothing. All you risk is $1 to take this for a test drive. It says here the full details are on the website. Let me pull that back up here. Everything is right here on that link. Our disclaimer, risk policies, cancellation will show you. In fact, actually, if you want to cancel this, all you need to do is come in here on your backend portal right here, click on cancel my charting subscription, and that's how easy it is to cancel, as long as you cancel within those 14 days here. But all the details are right there on here. So I only have about another 2 minutes. Some of you have some good questions. I promise you I'm gonna get to that here in just 1 second here. But what you might wanna do right now, for those of you, I'm about to leave this webinar, write this down. This is our customer service number. If you have any trouble logging in, give us a phone call or send us an email. I wanna make sure that everybody gets this in your hands here today. So yeah, to get started here, let me walk you through one more time and I'll start answering some of these questions here. The first step, click on the link, register for the trial. So what I'm gonna do right now, some of you saying here, can you please send me the link? Give me 1 second here, I'm gonna send that out to everybody here. Oops, give me 1 second here, I'll send that out here. Yeah, if anybody's having trouble clicking on the link, please respond. Please respond in the questions box here. I'm sending it out right now. I'm gonna send this out to everybody in the room. It's coming out to everybody in the room right now. You click on that link or simply type this link here, this URL into your browser here. So let me go ahead, let me send that out once again to everybody here in the room. There we go. And here we go. So I've sent this out to the, yeah, those of you that are asking about that here. Okay, so yeah, Dawn is saying that the link in the chat box is not working. Let me go ahead, let me try that. It's working for me. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead, if you're having trouble with it, please let me know you're having trouble. I'll do my best. If not, here's what I suggest you do. Give us a phone call or send us an email. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this up here for 1 second here because I'm about to leave here. Here's the 800 number. Give us a phone call saying, hey, I tried to register for the Investor Inspiration Special for the charting software that William showed me here. Go ahead and give us a phone call or send us an email. They'll walk you through this whole process here. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this up for about another 10 seconds because I need to get going here. I've gone over my time here today. So yeah, so thank you. Yeah, if you're registering for this, yeah, thank you, Ben. Ben says he just registered. Thank you for that, Ben. William says he did as well. Raymond. Garrett did, yeah, Peyton did as well. So here's what we're going to do. The steps, once again, click on the link, register for this charting trial. It's $1. It's going to cost you $1 to determine if this is for you. Go through the video lessons. It's at least worth $1 to go through the video lessons. Learn that London Daybreak trading strategy. Yeah, some of you asked some questions. Yeah, the only way to get this is to register for this right here. Okay, great. Yeah, Christopher, thank you. Christopher says he just registered. Frank did. Yeah, thank you for that, Kevin. Appreciate that. So go through these training lessons. You'll get these. It's at least worth $1 to go through the lessons here. Get the charting software, take it for a test drive, go through the lessons here, set up your trading account, forex.com, Oanda, do a Google search. You'll be able to do a Google search for a demo trading account. Start practicing today. You'll get this charting software in your hands here today. You can literally come in here and this trade I just showed you right here, look and see if this is going to set up. This might be a trade opportunity for you right here. Practice in your trading account, your demo trading account, if this is for you. Try the charting software out for 14 days. If this is not for you, cancel it. You've risked $1. If you decide this is for you, get locked in for the Investor Inspiration Special. It's only gonna be good here for about another 3 minutes. I'm about to bring this to a close. And like I suggest, here's what I suggest you do. Take some notes. Get this in your hands today. Practice going through it. If you have any questions, there's a live training class tomorrow. Let me bring that back up right now. You will be in a live session tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. You'll be able to go through this here with one of my, either myself or one of my analysts, and they'll answer any questions you might have. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna bring this to a close. Some of you are saying, can you send me the link? Yeah, let me go ahead. Let me send that out right now. There we go. So let me go ahead and send that out to everybody in the room because I need to get going here. So thank you, Investor Inspiration here, for allowing us to be a part of this. I'm sending the link out into the chat box right there to everybody. And I'm going to send it out in the questions box here. Yeah, so if you are able to register, go ahead, let me know. If you're having trouble, what we can do is we'll see, give us a phone call or send us an email here. So on that note, my friends, thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this webinar to a close. There we go, my friends. Hopefully you see the value in this for $1. Determine whether this is for you. I call it my Quick Start Forex program. Get the charting, get these lessons. Is at least worth $1 here today. So on that note, my friends, I will thank you, everybody. I wish you the best in your new Forex trading career. Those of you getting started, welcome to the MTI family. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, you said thank you for that. Cameron, Christopher, Charles, Joey, Brian, great. Thank you, everybody. Wish you all a good day, and I wish you the best in your new Forex trading career.